Good morning, or almost good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to thank you for inviting me. As you rightly said, unfortunately I have to leave early, so I will miss my other colleagues, and I apologize in advance. I would like to address the issue of refugees and borders. 2 or 3 months ago, we were invited to the Bundestag, and we opened for the first time a dialogue, which is called P2P, between us and the Bundestag members, based on shared interest and values. And the first topic that was selected for this meeting was immigration, migration, absorption. Our colleagues from the Bundestag wanted to hear Israel's experience, how to absorb refugees, which is meaningful because of many reasons that you can assume. Of course, we cannot and we shouldn't compare between Olim who came or immigrated to Israel since actually before 1948 and after, millions of people. Actually, all the Knesset members in the room had some roots with immigrants, or Olim, who came to Israel during the history of the country, from the very beginning until Ethiopian Jews who came from Ethiopia in the past 20 years. But it was nice to hear that our colleagues from Germany were interested to hear about Israel's experience. How do you absorb so many people in a short time? What kind of culture they are getting into? Are you still siding with the idea of melting pot or multiculture on the other hand? And so on and so forth. We didn't discuss the financial economic issues which are very much related to that, because I will never compare Israel in any single time to Germany. I don't know if this is the issue. But the question was whether a country like Germany should have opened its borders to newcomers, and especially in the magnitude of over 1 million people. We also visited the refugee camp, and we had the chance to meet with them, and we just saw by our own eyes how difficult and complex the issue is. So first of all, I have to say, it's my personal view, that I'm very much impressed by the decision made actually by the Chancellor to absorb that many refugees. It wasn't popular at the time. It is much less popular now. Many issues come up as a result of the influx of immigrants to Germany, and it's just the beginning of the process. It's not, I cannot, and that's what we were told, you cannot compare it to the Turks work, the workers from the Turkish workers who came to Germany during the years. They were coming. First of all, they coming for a short time. They extended their stay in Germany, but also they came on a different background. They came for a job, and then they stayed. It did have an influence on Germany today, but it's uncomparable to the issue of the refugees from Syria, and by the way, from other states as well. But it seems like the Germans are confident they can do the job. They found a certain system. Again, language, culture, you can imagine. But my personal view, it's a very human gesture based on probably on German values, today's German values, and I personally felt very, very good about that, and that Germany took upon itself. Well, where does Israel stand when it comes to the Syrian refugees? I would say in general that we are watching the scene from the distance. We're not getting involved to the Syrian scene whatsoever. This is the official policy. When it comes to military and strategic considerations, it's fine. When it comes to human considerations, it's much less. The chair of the Labour Party, MK Herzog, like a few months ago, just raised the idea that maybe Israel should absorb some of those refugees. And this idea was attacked everywhere and by almost anyone in Israeli public. I cannot remember anyone who said, I did, by the way, but anyone who said, well, we have enough refugees of ourselves. We don't need anyone from outside. And even if they come from Syria on the background of this terrible civil war there, it's not our business. For me, as an Israeli, it was hard to hear those opinions because